Uganda's top earning export crop is coffee, but earning volumes remain diminished by economic and security problems. Over 1 million households grow coffee and it contributes nearly a third of the country's export earnings. However, as much as it's a top earning export, some of the local farmers claim that they have not benefited from their produce because the prices are unpredictable, which has affected the value chain. They blame the government for not rehabilitating the industry as much as it's an important revenue collector to the country.
Holder farmers at the local level do a lot of work, generate the resource, but you find they don't benefit from that resource, that is coffee. The middlemen and exporters are the ones who benefit from the coffee, and those who enjoy it in the Western countries, they don't even know who produces the coffee. So the reason we have to talk.
When you look at when the government went into privatization and liberalization, so they left to the demand forces and supply forces, whereby you realize that as much as they said that that competition helps the farmer, but you realize that these exporters and these buyers can connive and be able to set a lower price, whereby the farmer has no choice but has to sell at that particular price. But if government would come up with the setting of the price of the coffee and then also market it outside on behalf of the farmers will benefit a lot.
Most of the Ugandan coffee is exported in raw form to countries like Sudan, Kenya, China, among others at a very cheap price, but the very coffee finds itself back here in a processed form and sold to Ugandans expensively. The farmers say this is where government needs to come in and control this injustice.
Uganda is actually, according to the statistics, Uganda is the 5th largest producer of coffee, and I think the 2nd biggest in Africa. But most of the coffee that Uganda produces is exported in a raw form. There is no added value. And you find that countries like Sudan, which import coffee from Uganda, add value and get more money from it. Those other countries which...
Government should put regulations in pricing, and it should put regulations on trade, international trade, because we have URA at the border, but we don't know how that coffee goes. I think that's one of the roles they should play in regulating the prices of our coffee and how it goes outside the country. Because for me, if I'm selling something in a free economy, what I want is money. I don't care where you're taking it.
According to the coffee growers, the easiest way to add value to Ugandan coffee is through government investing in agro-processing of coffee, because most of the local farmers do not have capacity to add value to their produce. Value addition is a very important tool, especially when it comes to revenue collection. Therefore, it is of importance that the government invests in value addition when it comes to coffee to enjoy all its rewards as a nation.
I think government needs to intervene. There is no farmer. There are no farmers. There are big ones like Bujisu Coffee, the cooperative society, but they cannot afford the investment that is required to add the value on all the coffee that they produce in Bujisu.
The farmers have also requested that government provides better coffee seedlings and inputs, as they have had issues with the poor and fake seedlings that they have been receiving in the past, which at the end affects the value chain, especially now that the global market is moving to organic production. Parliament passed the National Coffee Bill in 2020, which replaced the Coffee Development Authority Act. The new bill allows free registration of all farmers. However, more is needed from the government to improve on this industry that, if managed well, can earn government millions of revenues annually. Samlanifa, Smart 24 TV, Business Today.